Nice, well done.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I dropped over 20 songs, and I'm not Angbali. I'm a feature that I was a part of.
Yeah.
Right, but me now in my projects, I pretty much dropped 3 projects last year. So I'm seeing Gucci right now, with everybody's concentration span being
So
10 seconds.
Less and less. Yeah, it's now 10 seconds.
It's 10
actually.
seconds,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah,
So
yeah,
you need to make sure Gucci, you keep on giving. Banige.
yeah, banike boy. Ay banike boy. Khona enye video ngifuna ukudlalela yona. It's one of the most amazing rap artists of all time in South Africa. He appears on a lot of people's top 10 lists. I've just heard him on a top 5 list on a podcast we had. Was it with Fifi Cooper or was it the one with Questa? He was on the top 5. So he's featuring in a lot of top 5s. He's featuring in a lot of top 10s. But also a lot of people kind of feel he has not received his due props or flowers. I don't know why this took so long. Tembisa to Tembisa. It was Len Rose, yeah. Len Rose was giving you a shout out, your flowers.
Shout out to
Actually,
Len Rose.
all of them gave you, but Len Rose, I think he put you high up there. I think it was top 3 or something.
Fire. I don't.
He was talking about you non-stop, bro.
Hey, man, and I think Len Rose is very, very talented too, And we are guys late, so, hey, I can't wait for. We haven't done something yet, but it's gonna be beautiful. Watch.
I'm looking forward to that one. Nangubheka manje ngathi una 20 ndoda. Udlala.
Phuzi vati, yabo. Yeah, kumele ngiphuze ivati nokudlala ibhola obvious, yabo. I make sure it's twice a week I'm running at least, So even if I miss gym, yabo. I know ukuthi ebholweni ngizodlala kancane yabo 1 hour nyana, twice a week. Keeps you young. You got to be like DJ Spoo at his age, you get me? Yeah.
Ngiyabonga Joe, and I think as much as ngibonga ngicela ukuxolisa ukuthi how do we even sit down now? This was supposed to have happened a long time. We're supposed to be sitting down maybe for the 5th or for the 10th time.
Sure.
Understand?
But everything is cut side, man. I'm just happy to be here.
Yeah. But I'm also glad that. But behind the scenes, I mean, we've interacted a lot of times, and I'm very proud of everything you've achieved, and just the man that you are. For those who don't know, guys, his real name is Thabo Mahloele. His stage name is TOUCHLINE. Udlala ngamaline, TOUCHLINE. Umele ngirepe once.
Straight up.
He grew up in my hood in Tembisa. As I did say, for those who don't know. Actually, I don't even want to read the bio. I'd like to have just a clean conversation. But you'll hear him on a lot of top 5s, on a lot of top 10s. Mzansi. Why do people still believe that you have not received your due props? Abanye bayazi, abanye bagazi, or abanye bazo discover later. I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you think it is?
I mean, I think it's maybe mainstream success.
Oh,
you get me? Yeah. And also how they measure success. Everybody measures success differently, I can say I'm successful based on where I come from and where I am. I can then look at it and say, okay, I've turned my life around. Yeah, well, another person can look at it and say, yo, Ntwana, but you deserve so much more. Maybe your talent is out of here and you deserve a little more than that. So I think they come from, I think there's a lot of chat online about me being underrated. However, I don't feel that way, I just feel like everything in due time, People think, okay, cool, Ntwana's been here for some time, but I still feel like my time is coming, so I'm too good.
I like that. I like the confidence as well.
Yeah.
I was saying to KO when we sat down, boy, you've been putting out hits. You come from a successful group where you guys were putting out hits. Solo career, great one. And you're still putting out hits even now, and that's just a few months ago. You had the biggest song in the country.
Yeah.
And I was just asking him those type of questions like, what has been going on in your head since Karakara? Between Karakara and Sete, I dropped a lot of hits. I dropped a lot of good music. I've been active. But I kind of felt I started hearing conversations that were growing in my ear that say, so mdala, hey, you are falling off, etc. And he says, at some point he was almost tempted to believe the noise. And then it says at some point it sort of it got to him. It'll get to you sometimes. Yes, we're immune, guys. A lot of us are immune to the hate and the dragging. We've got thick skins, but we are human too.
Yeah.
There's times where unokuyigeleza nje ikhommente wena wazi ukuthi iphuma kuphi mhlawumbe iphuma kwenye intwana nje somewhere le ibhalile ikushaye le comment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Social media and the noise.
You have to cut it off, Mfethu. I think once you buy into all of that, then you don't have control anymore. Yabo? Soyayenza kuphela, soyenza ngokuthi, I was saying to somebody, in fact, I was talking to Mchito with Dakizod.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Shout out to Daki.
Yeah.
Daki, you already know.
And we had a chat, and he told me about like what his vision is and how far he wants to go, and he was speaking to me about him changing from being the clothing brand that just prints on t-shirts to being an upper class kind of brand, and how he lost a lot of people on the way in terms of the people that were buying, because now the price range is a little different, But I was saying to him, Guti, that's obviously going to be how it is, but to be a true leader, you need to listen to yourself before you listen to the people, because if the people dictate how your next move is, then they don't have a leader. You get me? You can hear what they have to say in terms of opinions. At the end of the day, you make the decision for your life. You feel me? So it's very like ironic, Guti. You can't go online and let a person dictate what your next move is gonna be. Spoo shouldn't be podcasting, or Spoo, you shouldn't be doing more fire. Imagine you listen to all of that. Then people are leading. Then you're not the leader. But now people can follow because they're seeing a person who has a vision, person who has direction. That's what a leader is.
Last year they were saying to me I shouldn't work with Penyo. Uban lentwana yahlanya. No, lentwana le. If we had listened to them, I don't think Penyo would be where he is today. I broadcast a Virtual Mkuku podcast with him. He since went on to start his own platforms. He's growing, doing very well.
Yeah.
It's the same thing you're saying.
Yeah. And the crazy thing is they can keep you in this box and then they move on from you. So they keep you where, but touch, you can't make this kind of song, And then 2 years later, they actually move on to another artist. So when you haven't grown, but they do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yo. Yes, and they move on.
They move on, bro. They're growing, but they've kept you in the same place. So you must just be careful of that.
Oh, now yes. Usala, as they would say, they end up living rent-free in your mind. Meanwhile, when they've moved on.
When they're living normal lives. So yeah, this is big, good man, this is big, honestly, especially with this social media age.
It's kind of like how you would trend. You're still focusing on what you're trending about, and they've moved on.
Yeah, exactly.
They've moved on to somebody else even.
Exactly. I mean, Mangfigala, you were shooting another segment, and you're speaking about people have moved on from like the current affairs. When you're still stuck there doing current affairs, they've moved on from the Tabo Pesta story, like you said. Yeah. Like nobody's sitting there like with your bated breaths trying to figure out what's the next development. They move on, bro. People always move on. People have lives, So that's how it is.
I love what you're saying. Kind of the most important lesson that young people need to learn also, Guti, this thing you're going to bang valela ngaphandle, or ngatabanta banganya, ngatabanta. I think that APS abantu bazuthini syndrome yaspices because you're actually not a good. People are living their lives. It's not like they're there watching you the whole day, man.
That's the first thing we forget, TOUCHLINE. Everybody's here to do their own thing. We influence, we inspire, or we try to. That's the best we can do. But you can't be entitled to how they feel about you.
You probably told the story before, but I've never heard it. Waqala kanjani?
rap, ne?
Music.
I think Bungsase Intwana, and I think maybe the first hip hop song, Young Kepchara, was Through the Wire by Kanye West, yeah? And ngesikhathi sama-cassette so uyacava sifaka ipenseli ngaphakathi siya-rewind same pencil yabo same pencil yayicova ubhala ama-lyrics owazwayo because now you're trying to remember what Kanye West is saying. So with that limited English knowledge you have uyabhala la uthi Through the Wire uthini bese uphethe script. That's your first script now as a rapper. So rap ama-lyrics waka Kanye West yabo. But even then I was too young to really see it as something that I want to do.
And really because
that time basically Kempton Park.
Okay.
So ngikhulele ngala emafletini if you know Long Street.
Yeah, it's a long
close
street,
to the airport with the more yeah, exactly, yabo. But so besengihlala la at that time. Obviously ngise Tembisa before that, but that time Tianong.
Oh, no good Tianong.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So I Kanye vela shaya lezinto zakhona, and then a few years later, obvious, you know, the story is well known. I heard Pro. I had heard Pro for a few years, maybe 4 or 5 years. He was already Pro kid, yeah, boy. But you know when it finally sinks into you, it's man, hey, this guy is special, yeah, boy. After hearing Pro, I also felt like this is something that I want to do because then I finally had somebody that's this close where I can replicate, yeah, boy. Kanye West, you don't know what you're Kanye West. You don't even know what Chicago is. You feel me? And then you hear Mchito was Soweto. You heard man obviously, you know, you're hearing like the lines and you're like, how do you think of that? And that time I'm so interested in language, like Mangsa, you know, English is my favorite thing because prepared speech, essay, like I'm excited about all that stuff. So, you know, hearing that guy do what they teach you in English about puns and, you know, similes. They teach you all these things in English. He's doing it in vernacular. Yeah, boy? That was mind-blowing for me because he was doing it at the same level that anybody would do it in the world, in the English language. But he was doing it in vernac. So I thought this guy is a genius. And that's when I started feeling like that is definitely something that I can replicate. So I'm going to do exactly that. I'm going to become Pro Kid.
So that was around 2000 and something. So that's around 2005, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yeah, I mean, when I started doing it, it was maybe about 2008, 2009.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Pro angisho yena upope about 2005. Let me say the time Kaloku Muzo, was around 2005. But it wasn't until later where I was like, yeah, no, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then I started doing it. I was still in high school. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and then the journey started there. I think within 3 months, I was on YFM doing a rap battle. This 3 months of me writing, you know, I was on YFM doing a rap battle. I won that rap battle, the whole competition, and I was like, damn, if you can do that in 3 months, what can you do in 3 years? You feel me? So I just kept on going. I fell off on the wayside, you know, eventually because life was lifing, yabo. Being busy ngezinye izinto, especially ibhola because being serious ngebhola. And then I came back to it and then just kept on going with it until the point where it's at now, where I didn't stop ever again after I stopped initially.
And then when you stopped and you were saying soccer was also happening, I know Utsepo Mabona. I haven't seen him on TV for many years, man. Shout out to Utsepo Mabona wherever you are, Putwami. He became a really powerful South African TV presenter, but he had a choice to pursue professional football because he was very good at it. Even a favorite tennis player of mine I followed, Roger Federer, is now since retired. He had a choice, pursue tennis, and equally so, he had an opportunity to become a soccer career.
Yeah, in Spain, yeah.
Yeah. Or Switzerland or Spain. Anyway,
in
Spain.
Okay.
I think in Spain, but he grew up in Switzerland.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, I wanted to say, Guti, were you in the same position at the time where you had to choose, Guti, do I pursue disc, do I pursue music, and what happened?
Yeah, so I would say music was kinder to me than Ipola. Yeah, well, Epolweni I couldn't get into the right spaces. Music I got into the right spaces immediately. You know, Epolweni I wasn't in the right academies. I wasn't in the right spaces to be scouted. It was a little difficult for me ePolweni. So even though people knew I was talented and they knew we are but in terms of rap, it was easier. Like it was easier to meet. Let me make an example. It was easier to meet a pro kid than to meet a Tiko Modis. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah, it was always easier for me to be in that space because somehow the network was happening and I was able to meet some of my idols, or a guy that works behind the scenes who's produced a big hit before. You know what I'm saying? La ukuthi uzohlangana out coach ayo development your pirates
Now that I think of it, it's not that easy.
No, it's not easy. Especially Tabanga, you're 16. Yeah. At 16, how many kids if you look at South African music and you look at South African hip hop, South African soccer and South African music, nah? There's a better chance of a 16-year-old producing a big hit than for a 16-year-old to play in the PSL.
Actually, that is so true.
So you can know Intwana that has worked with KO or that has worked with another big artist, as opposed to Intwana that knows the chairman or that knows the coach, the head coach. It's very rare. So you find yourself knowing so many people in the music game that are your peers, and they've got credits, bro. I've worked on this album, or look at this. I took a picture with this artist yesterday. It's so easy. It's not. So many of my talented soccer players never really made it, and I can't help but think Uguti, I was going to be one of those statistics.
And which team did you like?
Did I grow up supporting?
Yeah.
Pagani.
Oh, Pagani.
Yeah. Unga outfit.
Okay. That's why I need to Danko.
Yeah. Obviously inherited from Itaima. Bebang biza fish. Because I used to love Mark Fish. So fish. So they used to call me that. To big Pagani all the way through, Jasuti, bekumele ngiye kuyisupport ngenhliziyo because manje besengidepressed yabo. Khona la besingawini khona and I used to take it personally. Yeah, that's when I stopped being like I stopped being a crazy soccer player, I'm a soccer fan. So manje sengiyakwazi ukuyibheka ngikhobe ngithi nyawina MTN8 okay Nedbank Cup sharp chance ngipost it wish I would commit good luck and that's it. Makaleya ukuthi ngiyongena ngikhale after. Angisayenzi lento leyo. I did that when I was a kid.
And let's backtrack back to HRT. Itama lakho babalibizo bani?
Prasai. Yeah.
Oledi?
Uzugiswa.
So bakhulile kaofela kapa?
No, so itama la Mumpedi, we Limpopo, Oledi Mxhosa, we Eastern Cape. So and we sikhuluma isiZulu ekhaya obvious ngoba yaqava kuselokishini yabo, and then now I'm sure ba understand na kanjalo yabo. So that's how it happened. They've been at it for years, man. I'm lucky to still have them both in the same house, so that's the beautiful thing. But they've been pushing fit,
It's important that I ask you that question because it determines the type of child that you becomes.
Yeah.
Abazali babonke or abazali bahlukana. I think parents take it for granted ukuthi bayizisa incosi.
Big time.
That's why you find that most couples, even if bangasanqanywana abanye, they just hang on there just for incosi. Ukuthi up until mhlambe zikhule zibe a certain age before mhlambe banga.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is extremely important ukuthi uba umuntu onjani.
True.
And before even answering on the name, I'm like, you look like somebody who grew up from a family time and already were there. Because you are so together and you are so focused. Where does that come from?
The focus? I don't know, man. I think it obviously upbringing, yabo. Tamalam was very hands-on with me, yabo. Used to take me to ePolweni. Used to take me to, because I couldn't play rugby at first when I was in primary school. So he used to encourage me a lot. And I remember this other day, because I had went to an Afrikaans primary school, that I came to Park. They couldn't pronounce my surname. Yeah, well, And as a kid, things like those, they get to you because you feel like an outcast. Everybody, like, everybody's surname is pronounced normally. And then mabafika kuwe, they butcher your surname. And now you feel like, so vele vele, they can't say my name, meaning I'm not one with them. You feel me? And my dad would say to me, is like, if you work hard enough, then everybody's going to be able to pronounce your surname. And I never ever looked back for that. I took those words with me forever. And I was like, that's right. We like, you know, these Brazilian soccer players, we pronounce all their names. And it's not easy all the time, but we know how to pronounce their names because they've worked hard enough. We care. We care about their surname, you know? So Itamalam was very hands-on. When I'd come back crying because I lost the game, he'd always just, yabo, Uncle, those words of encouragement. Or they didn't care that much about that. But the time I'd be like, no, Ntwana, you just have to work harder. You buy me soccer balls and, I'd pop them and then you buy me another one. It's like, Ntwana, zama foot. Yeah, well, so I think you look at that and you look at like the kind of investment that your parents make in you when you're young, and the older you get, you want to repay them. You don't want to disappoint them. You want them to be able to walk in a sontweni or walk in Labaspana Corn and say, Ingosiamu touchline, and to say that with pride. Not good eye, no, hey. So that's where it first comes from. But the most important thing is I want the best for myself. Yeah, well, I really want the best for myself, and I won't front. That's what keeps me going every day. I want to do something positive. I want to do as many positive things as possible. So that's why we study people like you. Yeah, well, that's why we study the people that are actually moving, because we're like, okay, cool. What good traits can you take from these guys, and also what bad traits can you actually like overlook? Yeah, well, yeah, because nobody's perfect, but you learn from like I'm a mistake or my man. That's what it is.
Were your parents supportive over the music career?
No, no. Initially, no. Obvious, it cover masaglambeyile edladleni and you're forced to be a breadwinner very, very quickly. Because I can say I started becoming like some sort of a breadwinner in high school, and that's a lot of pressure for any kid, you uyakeleza mara ngapha uyacabanga ukuthi akunagawule endlini, so you gotta make a plan also. So I started being very entrepreneurial also around that time, but I was also dancing at the time, which would bring like some income kancane. And
So uyakwazi ukujive?
no, not anymore.
Oh, okay.
Bekule video ayizolo ngibona kujive bathi ntwana yeka, just rap.
Ugrade
Yeah,
emalirikini, sure.
just rap, yabo.
Sure.
So I used to dance. I was a hip hop dancer, back in the day. So I did that, and yeah, that's where the focus came from. Also, that's where I learned discipline from Epolweni, from HHP. You learn, how to be on time. You learn how to put in the extra hours, yeah, but in order to become better at your craft. And I took the same blueprint and I used it when it came to rap. Because, I can't say I was naturally gifted at, like, writing. I had the mind, but I didn't have the skill or the background. So I just had to learn how to do it to the best of my abilities.
When did your parents start knowing ukuthi lento le rap ngathi yasebenza?
Eventually, I think when they start seeing you on TV, yeah, we'll start hearing you on radio, they start feeling like, oh, there's hope here. So even if there's no income, they can start feeling like, okay, because now esontweni somebody will mention it. Yeah, well, it's hey, someone utabo lapho, how shame. Yeah, well, then it's like, oh, ladies also like, stras. Then she comes back and be like, so ngizwile bathi boyenza something. So that's when they started believing, But that's late, man. I was already so far in. I'd already fought so many times with my mother, especially, There was a time where the biggest argument that my parents have ever had in front of me, we were driving back home, and the argument was whether I should take this job, Yase Cresta, your call center. If you're living in Kempton Park, go get Cresta every day. It's tough.
It's far.
So my dad's logical is like, that does not make sense. For 2.5, you're going to be using all that money on transport. Old lady is not hearing it, bro. Yeah, well, she's losing her mind, She's losing her mind. Yeah, but anyaka hlala la endlini. Uphizi ngalento yakhe yokurapha like sidleni, yabo, like, and it became like that. It was so tough. my mom left that night, right? And she went a view, where to Antoine Ngada. She just left. That was the first time my mom ever left. Or my dad. Like it was the first time where the argument became so bad that one was like, I'm leaving. So to appease everyone, I was like, Pops, I'll go to the callback interview tomorrow. Yeah, well, I'll just go. Let me just, cause now you feel bad as in Tuana also, cause you feel like you're the reason your parents argued. Yeah, well, I didn't even make it to the job interview because I got an accident at Exceed. Yeah, well, a bad one. Like one lady died. Yeah, well, so, and I was in the front seat, and the guy lost him. I'm a pre-worker, stopped working, and it was downhill.
Yo.
Yeah. So my downhill kanjalo ke, it's either he's gonna hit a car, or he has to swerve into like a house. Yeah, well. So when he swerves kanje, ushaya ididings. Ushaya precast.
Yeah.
Yeah, ushaya, yeah,
Not
yeah,
sounds.
exactly. Now the way the lady passed away was Guti. Obviously, this guy's swinging, and I mean, I think her head was out the window, and then there was a tree. After we hit the precast, a shy's clash, and then she was like dead on the scene. But
Yeah.
I was in the front seat, no seat belt, nothing,
Sure.
and I just came out with a few scratches. I remember I called my mom crying, and from I think there I knew that maybe I shouldn't do the 9 to 5. Let me just go harder and just try and make this thing work, cause that's a coincidence if it's like why ngihluleka ukuya da, why did after the big fight yabazali bami why ngihluleka mina ukuya ukufika nje eCresta, like why ngingafikanga. I was like, you know what, maybe it's a sign, and I think I made the right decision.
You did make the right decision. You're featuring in a lot of top fives and top tens, and with everything you've been pushing over the years, and still early days. Because now I still believe. Now I'm with you. Actually, what you said earlier. The time is still coming.
Yeah,
It's still early days.
yeah,
And I
definitely.
love the consistency. But how do you feel that you're already featuring in a lot of top tens and top fives in the country?
I'll be honest, it's okay. It's I'm happy about it. In terms of maybe like your peers or your colleagues, it's like winning players play over the year.
Yeah.
Because it's your colleagues that are like, yo, Dwana Hautalile this year. I appreciate it, but and especially from the OGs, because they've seen the journey, their own journey. They've seen so many journeys, and they can say, you know what, you have the potential to become really great. But the most important thing is how do I relate Evantuini, like the general South African, where do they rank me? You feel me? So if ngihamba la eRosebank and you-out-espana la ku-restaurant yakwazi ukuthi yo TOUCHLINE umculo wakhe yangi-inspire, that means more to me than being on the list, But I appreciate it, but there's things that are more important than other people saying you're dope. It's the impact that you make in the average human being's life. That's the most important thing for me.
Do you get impatient?
I'm human. Yeah, I can definitely get impatient. I can definitely be anxious too, and start questioning whether am I really supposed to be doing this thing, But somehow I center myself. Somehow noNkulunkulu uyangikhumbuza ukuthi hey ntwana bheka, you're in the right place, and it's still at the right time, But I do get impatient. I do ask myself a lot of questions, like, a lot of people thought I'd blow up in high school. A lot of people thought I'd blow up now or before that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm in a good place. I'm in a good place to be at as an independent artist. I'm doing well. I'm always traveling. The songs are doing well. The music's doing well. I've got a fan base. I'm grateful, dog. I'm grateful. As opposed to like always questioning how it could be, I'm just grateful because I've managed to have a rap career in an era where rap is not popping. I've got a rap career. That's special.
Do you get tempted to jump into piano?
No, not tempted. For me, it's not a question. It's not a should you or shouldn't you? I mean, I'd like to do it, you know.
It's
I
music.
yeah, it's music, and there was a time where I did it. Like I was on so many piano songs that just never dropped. I was like, my face, none of y'all dropped. What happened? What's happening? You know. But I did a lot of like piano songs and other genres that I touch. You know, definitely. But it's not a thing that I prioritize to think about. Should I do piano or shouldn't I? You know, I just make music, and if ever I'm in a session where against with piano, I'll see Uti. Okay, how can I best apply myself here? If Nyabomuti it's not the right time or the right energy, then I won't do it. And a lot of the times I just work with me and my team and we create the music that we create. You know, so there's no temptation to be like, or there's no question of what should you do, what kind of genre you should be doing. We aspire, yeah.
And it depends also on the mood in the studio at the day, on the day,
Yeah.
or what is inspiring the session
Yeah.
at that time. Just like you've done a couple of other piano songs.
Yeah.
But you haven't intentionally said, I'm going to go record a piano album. And if
Yeah.
that happens, that doesn't make you less of a hip-hop artist, right? It'll be an experimental project.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it doesn't make you any less of a hip hop artist. I mean, the problem is the people dictate a lot where the artists go.
Yeah, because the fans are strict, yo. Especially
Yeah.
with hip-hop.
Yo, hip hop.
Hey, when you
hip-hop.
position, buffet.
Yo, you're not allowed to do anything else, you know? And it's difficult because they can move on from you. Like we said earlier.
And they can, ne?
Yeah, they can move on from you. They can move on from you. Like it's so
They can be brutal.
yeah, they can just decide like, you know, and there's so many cases where you've seen people just move on
Yeah.
from an artist where they used to love him to a point where they just don't care about his existence, you know. So in fact, I'm very careful, Mina, in terms of what I listen to, but I'm very true to myself and true to my energy, and I feel like I'm guided also, you know, as to what the next move should be. I'm guided. I feel like the higher power, my signals, yeah, this is the right time to move. Yeah.
And how do you keep your audience engaged? Is there a schedule with Mklambi? I need to drop one song every month or one song every quarter?
No.
Or I need to give them a music video at least once every 2 months? Or
Yeah, I mean, I can't say it's that formulaic, nah.
okay.
I don't look at it that way. Mina, when spirit must woman, I mean, when I'm in the right
Mundo
place,
moya,
yeah,
sure.
when I'm in the right place, so good, I can push, I can do this, yeah, bo. Because when your energy is not right, your release is just not gonna work. So you have to be, you know, aligned. Yeah, keep a Friday, and I feel like it's the right time. I haven't dropped the whole year, but I've been on so many features, right? But I feel like it's the right time to say something, to say what I want to say, yeah, bo. So ngikova kanjalo, yabo, ukuthi ngajahi also and not be too anxious, too hasty. Ngikova nje ngokuthi ntwana, is it the right time to move? Let's go, gents. Yeah.
And what are you dropping on Friday?
Song called Hot Property.
Hot Property.
Yeah.
Tell us about it.
Just vintage touchline rapping his ass off for 3 or 4 minutes.
Shay's para pesco track.
Exactly, you know. So logishi, bro. So edgy, so witty. You know, it's a vibe. It's a vibe. Like I think people are gonna enjoy it, and I'm interested to see how they respond to it. It's just classic touchline, like nyarep anje. I'm not doing anything special. I'm just doing me. Yeah, well, so I'm interested to see how people feel about it.
Oh, it's not a serious like song hooks,
Nah,
features. It's just
nah,
rap
it's
straight up.
It's just me talking my talk for 3 minutes. Yeah, it's exciting. I like it. Yeah.
And then no features.
On Hot Property?
Yeah.
No. I'm one man.
Okay.
I'm one man. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's gonna be fire though.
Okay, I'm looking forward to that one. And how's the independent life? Because I know it's expensive.
Yeah. I mean, heading your own career is extremely expensive. You know. The demands are very high to be like an artist. Very high demands. To keep up with the guys that have label deals is even more demanding. It's harder, right? But we keep up because we have like an audience. You know, we have an audience. It's like having subscribers. You know, it's I mean, you wouldn't want to now drop your song on your new YouTube. I would drop this video on your new YouTube channel that has 0 subscribers. It's gonna take longer to pick up, right? So your subscribers are your currency, right? They're the people that make sure that the thing moves, because they also they record the clips and they spread them, and then people come and they see which is oh, let me subscribe. Now you got new fans. So I'm fortunate in that sense.
I like how you look at it. It's exactly what I've been saying to you guys. Music in 2023, 2024 is like content creation. It's exactly how you just analyzed. Sorry to disturb. Continue.
Yeah. It subscribers, dog. Subscribers, fan base. Those are the people that I'm fair to. Yabo mabati a certain radio station has this amount of listeners. That's what it is. That's the channel. That's what you wanna plug into. We try to get on radio because we're trying to access those listeners, right? And people wanna come to DJ Smooth's podcast because they wanna access your subscribers. They want to be able to tell their story in front of 100,000 subscribers. You know. So music is the same way. It's like television. You know. It's exactly the same way. So you're just feeding the audience. So, yeah, I mean, like I said, no features on Hot Property, but there's an audience that's just waiting to listen to it, and they're the ones that spread it. It's always word of mouth.
Yeah. And I hear what you're saying. You move with the spirit, right? And what but then again, after Hot Property, which is gonna be hot, it's Hot Property.
It's
What
Hot
happens? That's gonna dictate your next release.
So now we plan the releases ahead of time now.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're saying after Hot Property, this comes next, and this comes next. So there's a song that I just did like a week ago with these guys from Estates. That has moved now in front of like maybe the other release that I wanted to do.
Okay.
Because I've tested it and it's hot, and it's a good moment. It's like 3 American guys, 3 South African guys. Let's see what happens. Let's see how that is. They were here for like 2 weeks. We did like a few songs, and now I want to show them our power this side too. So I'm like, yo, Ntwana, this song is hot. Let's drop it. Let's drop it next. Probably come through 2 weeks after Hot Property, and then maybe the project after that. So manje, and in the between that, we've got videos. So you're planning ahead. But when I say it's the right time to move, I mean holistically now we're moving. Yeah, well, so you get the first thing out of the way, but now sisya hamba ke manje. For the rest of the year, sisya hamba. Yeah.
How expensive is it to maintain a team as an independent artist?
Very expensive. Very expensive. I mean, you definitely know, running a company, you pay everybody, and then you pay yourself, and then yourself heads your household. So you're not getting a salary. That's another team that's waiting to be fed.
Yeah.
So that's the toughest thing, being a breadwinner in Lini, and also kind of like being a breadwinner for my team. It's difficult, but pressure is a privilege. So you do it because you'd rather be the one that's giving than the one that's asking.
What are the most key positions in a musician's team?
Definitely the music creators, number one. Because without the music, it doesn't move. Like without the music being good, the music itself doesn't move. So you can have the best PR, you can have the best marketing, but if people decide what lento yenza asiyizwa, then nothing you're gonna do is gonna work. So the first step is me, my producer, my engineer. That's the first step. Yeah, well, that for me is the most crucial thing. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the most important thing. It's Zinya, they come in later, but that being able to create at the highest level will take a song that is 4 years old and give it potential to pop, because it's timeless. It's not bubblegum, it's not here today, gone tomorrow. You've put in hours, you've put in days, put in months sometimes in one product. And when it comes out, it does the work for you. So I really feel like that's the most important.
How many of them are there, ways on how one can monetize their music making or music creation talents in 2023?
Vast and fit.
Apart from shows.
So let's say shows, placements. So the like Netflix is coming very, very hard right now.
That's scoring, right?
Yeah, it's scoring, you know. Your YouTube page, monetizing your YouTube page, streams have income, you know. That's raw kancane, but you make something if you're doing major streams.
I mean, I always say streaming is like cell phone companies. They tell you one gig yakiphelile manje. But it's not like ukuthi uyayibona.
Yeah, I would.
Because sometimes you feel man. Why you paying fast card manje this time type of thing.
Yeah.
But then I would also understand maybe because I'm streaming more videos.
Yeah.
So it's the same with streaming where it's like they tell us.
Yeah, I mean, look, they do give you like a figure. Well, maybe if you Google it, they'll tell you Spotify pays you 0.0006 cents a stream. Yeah.
That's ridiculous, man. Why you pay me so little? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whereas if you were paying me R1 a stream, I'd be a millionaire. You know, I'd be living nice. YouTube is the same way, you know? Imagine getting R1 per view.
Yo, dog.
Or let's say 30 cents per view.
Yeah.
You'd be you're living nicely.
Yeah.
So now that's why content creation and the volume also of it, doing it like how you're doing it constantly every day, you're giving them something, bro. Like the YouTube is gonna be fire. You know, there's always gonna be a stream of income there, and you can pay salaries with that. You feel me? The next one for me is merch. So merch. Yeah.
Because I see you looking fresh. Now I'm gonna fresh, lepar.
Yeah, it's like I even got you. I brought you something. First,
oh, serious, Joe?
Yeah.
I'm faith.
Yeah, definitely.
I hardly ever get gifts, you know.
Oh no, you DJ Spook, bro.
I'm faith. You
know.
Yo.
Alright, so this one's for you, bro. So this is the peace hunting merch.
Young blesser, young blesser. Oh, happiness.
Yeah.
Chasing.
Love pursuing, peace hunting.
Explain it to me.
So this is from a song of mine called Peace Hunting. It's the 10th song on Soon 2, which is my project that I dropped last year.
Yeah.
It just hit like 2 million streams on Spotify yesterday.
Nice.
It's close to like 6 million streams now.
Yo.
And somebody gave me a plaque yesterday.
Yo.
Okay. So, yeah, you know.
Yeah.
So this is, now he has a fit to the fabric, you know. I'm plugging myself right now. Now he has the fabric is
Access, it's thick,
it's thick, bro. You know?
Yo, it's thick.
Yeah, this is the right quality.
Oh, this is it. This is it. This is nice, yeah.
You know?
Because I'm going to walk free, you know?
Please.
You can't just do this to it. Brand.
So the lyrics over here. So obviously it says, RP the ones that God took instead of us. And while we pray for better phones and better cars, some people pray for one more moment with those they love. So that comes from peace hunting. Yeah, this is the merch, bro. Stream peace hunting, please.
Happiness, chasing love, pursuing peace, hunting.
Yeah, well, yes.
R.I.P. to the ones that God took instead of us. And while we pray for better phones and better cars, some people pray for one more moment with those they love. Bro.
Bonga mina Spook. That is fire, man.
This is nice.
This is fire. Shout out.
This is nice. And it feels good. And it's thick.
And now you look 10 years younger.
This is nice.
Yeah.
Bonga mina. That's another way of making money, merch.
Yeah, definitely. Merch has been doing the most for me also.
Overseas, I've started hearing some people mix or they combine their merch with their streams. I don't know how that happens.
Okay, so I see Spotify has a platform now where, you know, you can pretty much sell your merch on Spotify. I'm guessing that might be what they're talking about. I'm not too sure, but it's possible, Guti, because you know people that stream your music can then see that you have merch, and as they're streaming it, they can then click, oh, I want this merch too. So that's they now become like a website, you know, without people having to click on a website, because by virtue of them streaming your music, that platform now becomes an advertisement
of your merch. So you get it. So injalo, yeah, I think that's what they're talking about. So that's also a new industry right now.
I've always said music is a good way of marketing your other offerings as an artist.
Oh,
For me
yes.
to become the businessman that I've become, it's through music. I've used music to market all these other avenues.
Yeah. I mean, it's, what is it? Cross interpolation or cross marketing. For instance, right now, you are doing a podcast.
Yeah.
Right? But on your podcast, you marketing more.
Plugging Mofi,
These are
yeah.
these are your two brands.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
You could have done this, and then nobody thinks about More Fire.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But because by virtue of More Fire being there, you've used your platform to advertise the other thing that you do. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I didn't have to wear that today because I knew you would. You feel me? So,
Yeah, that's all,
I knew
yeah,
it was gonna get plugged, you know.
Yeah.
But yes, you know, your YouTube channel then becomes for all of your content, your social media. By virtue of you being a musician or kala, you then can sell anything else. You know, if I come with merch now, people by virtue of guting ngiyacula, they can be like ngizobhaya iskipa sakhe. Yabo? Okay, ngizoya eshowini yakhe. Yabo? So all these things. We start as musicians the same way you started as a DJ, radio DJ. You can now go into podcasting. You can now go into a brand. You used to sell in Zo. You know, so many things that you've done, bro. So everybody starts as that one thing, that the thing that they gifted in, and they can move into e-business, and e-business is now broad. You can do anything that you want to do. Ngapha amazimba, yabo, sivula ama-restaurant, you know, everything by virtue of ukuthi bengumculi and abantu, they used to love my music. So now they're like, oh.
And not even used to.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I don't know how many times I listen to old school Kwaito, bro.
Yeah.
I listen to old school 96 hip hop, 90s hip hop,
Yeah,
bro. Even
it
R&B, yatal.
It doesn't expire, dog.
And because you've got a brand, I was even saying to Mapaputi the other day, no, yes, you're Grotman and Maru says, so Mapaputi.
Sure.
You're different from any other guy.
Exactly.
So why don't you use the Mapaputi name to sell something?
Exactly. It's all there for you, bro. It's all there. But big shout out on More Fire Fit, you know.
Nyabonga,
Bro, this guy has like
took a lot, yeah.
Yeah, I'm
took
going
a
to
lot.
expose, but like, yeah. This guy, this is a serious company now, man. It's a serious company. It's got whiteboards of directors, dog.
I say push. It's
I'm
growing
telling
the
you,
team.
bro. It's incredible, dog. It's
Jabba,
incredible.
please.
And also, you know, your collaboration with like Robot Boy, that's fire, man. You know, that's so dope. Like, he's such a talented guy. I love him. Like, such a pusher, dog. You know, reminds me a lot of you, because like you can't hold him down. Like, you know, so the fact that you guys are even looking at somebody that's doing something, and you say we can attach ourselves to somebody like this because we see, and you guys, you didn't work with him when he was already the biggest thing ever. You know, you kind of like, from outside it looks like you guys were investing in the boy and saying, Donna, we believe in what you're doing. Let's push. So shout out, bro. That's big. That's big.
And thank you very much for being selfless enough to big up another artist. Robot Boy, although most of those videos of me selling Mofa in the streets is him behind the camera. He was my cameraman.
That's crazy.
When I was studying at Massive Metro, he was the camera guy in the studio holding the camera.
That's crazy.
You know, it's just great now to see him shine.
It's
you know,
crazy.
and the only thing one can do is, yo, bro, you served me, bro. It's like, now it's time to support you in your dreams. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
And thank you for recognizing that, Nyabo.
Yeah. Man.
Another way of making money, publishing.
Oh yes, definitely.
Let's give young guys game on how to get their publishing game right from the beginning as they're starting this career. Because it might be later where you have like 3 or 4, 5, 6, 7 hits out there, and in the split sheets your name ain't there.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna be appearing on podcasts, complaining.
Yeah, of course.
How do they avoid that from the beginning as they're starting right now, as far as their publishing is concerned?
To be a little more hands-on, you know, which is difficult because I'm an artist. I know, which I never used to like admin. But bro, leyo ukuthi kumele ubhale igama lakho naleli lesi3 ongafuni ukuthi abantu balicave, ubhale la ephepheni, the ID number yakho, expose ukuthi unangaki.
Yeah.
Those are the most important things, bro. Because that's where your money is. That's where your daughter now can
Generational wealth
eat,
now,
can
yeah.
eat in 10 or 20 years time. so important. And I think getting a publisher, even if they just do admin for you, to be able to collect all the work that even you forgot about. You get what I'm saying? They collect all the work that you even forgot about, and they make sure you pay them a fee, and they make sure, oh yes, number one, bone 50 rand, da bone 1,000, there's so much money in publishing. In fact, it's where the biggest paycheck is.
Yeah.
You feel me? So it's important, because once Netflix comes through and they say, okay, cool, we want your song, they want to know who owns the master and who worked on the songs. You feel me? So number one, try to own your masters as much as possible. Number two, get your publishing right. And yeah, if you get a publisher that's beyond admin, that can help you and look for opportunities for you, go there, when there's like a Wakanda Forever or whatever, Black Panther, try to plug you in there so you can eat forever.
It's sync deals you're talking
Those are
about
sync deals,
now,
yeah.
Where we also hear your song on adverts.
Yes.
We are hearing your song on movies.
Yes. That's big checks, obviously, big checks. The sync deals are so important, Fit. What else? Yeah, I think in terms of publishing, like that's those are the most important things. Getting a publisher, getting somebody that also, it's like a manager. You want to get somebody that has your best interest at heart. So when it's time for them to pitch music, they want to pitch DJ Spoo's music, because they're saying, hey, Ntwana yam, he must get in there, yeah, so get a publisher, but don't just go for the commercial publishers that have like 100,000 artists.
Yeah.
It's like I work with Slick on Life Distro. They distribute my music.
Nice.
It's so dope, and I was the first artist that signed to them, right? And the dope thing was, Gucci, we were both, his proposition to me was, Ntwana, I'm new in this. You get me? So I'm not gonna try act like I know how this thing works, but trust me, I'm gonna give you, I'm gonna prioritize you, and I'm gonna try and make sure, Guti, I give the right effort for you to be successful. And that's all I needed. You don't want to be a bench in Real Madrid when you can be at Watford playing every single week. You feel me? That's all I'll say.
Dope. And also, guys, in publishing, there's different types of publishing. So you've got your, there's different types of publishing, but even in royalties, there's different types of royalties.
Yeah.
You've got things like what they would call mechanical royalty, right?
Yeah, mechanical royalties.
You've got performance royalties. Every time you perform, your song is making money.
Yeah.
Every time your song is played on restaurants.
Yes.
You're supposed to be getting
middle
paid.
time. Yeah. So
every time your music video is rocking on TV, you're supposed to be getting paid.
And obviously, there's like different organizations that take care of everything. It's like, we only used to be told about Samro, but there's Samro, there's Sampra, there's Capasso, and when you're independent, you're forced to know these things, because you want to know where your money is at.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And nobody can take money from you because you know where it's coming from and where it's going, So, I've been sorting out all of those things. It's so important. But yeah, mechanical royalties, the streams, there's royalties for streams too. People don't really know that. Like, they think, Gucci, you get paid by the Spotify, the Apples, or by your distributor, and they give you your streams money. But there's also royalties for streams. So every single time your song plays on Netflix, you get like royalties for that. They're not the same as the royalties that you'd get, the Samro royalties that you'd get for being on TV, because like the TV is like, it's not streams. So that's like being played on radio. And then when you're on Netflix, it's more like streams, right? Because it's on the internet. It's, so your streams, Netflix, Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube, those are all like included into the streams that you're going to get from, the royalties that you're going to get from streams.
Yeah.
So that's where you go to like a Capasso for.
Yeah.
Then there's a Sampra, there's a Samro. So I think it's all about educating ourselves in terms of that, all those things. So that with Ntwana, you're actually not broke.
You're actually not broke, especially if you're an artist and you've released at least over 50 songs out there, even if you don't have a single hit. But trust me, the amount of money those 50 songs make in a year, it's something that'll surprise you. You have to follow it up. You have to go dig for your money. You have to collect all of those funds. It's a lot of money. Lately on my royalty statements, I'm also starting to say about TikTok. Instagram.
It's crazy.
I'm like, yo, these social medias clearly are starting to.
But you know what's
it's not a lot of money if you look at it.
Yeah.
But if collectively and
Yeah.
over a long period, it becomes something.
Which is similar to dropping many videos on YouTube, right? You never know which one is gonna get the most plays and the most money. You know what I'm saying? So I would even encourage artists to keep dropping music. Like, don't wait for the song that you think is a hit. Like, just keep Ntwana. Like, keep Ntwana. Ezinye izinto zizokuhafa in 3 years time.
Thank you, boy.
Yeah, well,
Thank
so
you.
keep it. Like, I mean, that's my MO, man. If it's something to keep, I can. You know.
Ufana nami, yeah.
Last year I dropped over 20 songs.
Nice, well done. Bro.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I dropped over 20 songs, and I'm not Angbali. I'm a feature that I was a part of.
Yeah.
Right, but me now in my projects, I pretty much dropped 3 projects last year. So I'm seeing Gucci right now, with everybody's concentration span being
So
10 seconds.
Less and less. Yeah, it's now 10 seconds.
It's 10
actually.
seconds,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah,
So
yeah.
you need to make sure Gucci, you keep on giving, banige.
Yeah, banike boy. Hayi banike boy. Khona enye video ngifuna ukudlalela yona. Ithini lentwana le? Ufuna uze lentwana le ukuthi ithini? Uze lentwana ukuthi ithini? Actually I want to play 2 videos. Ngiqale ngale. Ngizwe le Grootman ukuthi ithini.
Because it's attached to a piece of content.
Uze.
Every song that's going viral, it's going
Oh,
viral.
ngidlalela yona ku mic yakho. Uze.
Attached to a piece of content.
Ngiqale
Your
ngale.
favorite. If I was a label, I would hire a content house. You can hire LYI if you want, and I would try to make content every day that matches our songs, because you just never know.
Yeah.
Like that Chris Brown Robitussin record that came out 5 years ago and went number 1 3 or 4 years later. Why? Because of content. The Beyonce Cuff It record went viral because of content. Everything that's going viral right now is going viral because of content. Why are artists not using that? And once again, you know the artists that are not going viral? The artists are like, I'm tired of this TikTok shit. Because you think TikTok is only dancing. Meanwhile, another artist is like, how can I fit myself on TikTok?
Fire.
Yeah, izwa lento ne.
That's real.
Uza lenye into uza le ukuthi ithini ke. Ngifuna ukukuzwisa le ukuthi ithini. Le ikhuluma nge hopefully I'm going to find this video now without having to waste too much time. It's talking about basically this guy talks about he does not focus on making a hit song. He focuses on what you've just said, on making as many songs as possible.
That's crazy.
And then what does he say? Where is this thing? Indaba ngifuna uzwele ukuthi lentwana ithini. Ngifuna uzwele ukuthi lentwana ithini. Exactly what you are saying, and the way he articulates it, it's so amazing, because ukhuluma ngokuthi ngishaya inamba ezibhaya and now uthi uyathatha uyaziqala uyazihlanganisa zonke le numbers zami nama streams. This is how much I'm making per year. Lentwana ikhuluma ngenye imali enzima, and uyazazi ke lezi zase America because ziyenza ngamadola. Imali yakhona icacile. I'm not finding this video, but it's exactly that same concept of I think somebody lied to us and said we must focus on making a hit. Can't you know? Make music. It's exactly as you're saying. A soccer player goes to training every day. He plays soccer every day. A dancer goes to practice every day. She dances every day.
And you don't choose what games you play in.
You know what I mean, bro?
Coach, you finish like cup final pen.
So
That's similar to you saying I'm only gonna drop this because it sounds like it's gonna be a hit. Yeah.
bro. It's exactly that.
You don't know. How many times did you know? Because you have a lot of hits. How many times did you know that it was gonna be a hit?
No, I never knew. I think, actually it's every time, because you don't know for real.
Yeah.
But every artist, when they leave the studio, they think,
And then there's some songs that disappoint you, right?
Most,
Yeah.
because out of maybe 20 pop songs, one hit comes. You know,
So
or maybe after 15 songs, one hit comes.
So you realize how much you actually have to create to
Yeah.
just get one good moment.
Yeah, I agree. But I think also you mustn't worry about hits. That's what basically the crux of the story this guy is saying. Which this video that I didn't find, but I'll share with you off camera. Shaya ingoma ezibhaya, and nazibhaya, they're giving you more chances of getting a hit. And the day you do find a hit, it's like trending. It brings the traffic. And when the traffic comes, majority of it, or let's say half of it, is probably just going to come for the hit and leave. But maybe the other half, or less than that half, maybe say 30%, is going to stay on your catalog and check out the second best song or the third, fourth, or fifth,
yeah.
or the rest of your other catalog.
Hell yeah.
And then now you've got new fans.
Hell
and
yeah.
then now you've got new streams. And now you've got songs that other people fall in love with that they,
Yeah.
that they stream njalo, bavuka ngayo ekuseni, baye ejimini ngayo, it becomes a part of their lives. Now what have you done? You've activated that algorithm to start pushing that song so much so that your child eats even in 2028.
That's crazy.
Even in 2032. Noma
Yeah.
so ngekho in 2077.
Yeah.
So kugile so matala. There's songs that person introduced ubani bani kuzo, and as this guy is saying, some songs people heard that song, they took it, they made it a piece of content because maybe they were training, they made a video with it, and they're like, "Lengo mingo makaban," type of thing. That's the era that we are in now.
Fair too. I mean, he spoke about the Chris Brown song. I think it's Under the Influence, nah? That dropped a few years ago and it became big, right? And then there's the guy called Kalo. I was shocked to find out that song is like 2 or 3 years old. The one that's big now. And I'm like, how?
It's an old song.
It's an old song.
Yeah.
You know, so umculo award in fit. And you just never know. I was saying to my producer yesterday, I was like, I don't know whether to be like motivated or demoralized by the fact Guti a song can pop in 3 years. You know?
Yeah.
But it's like you need to look at it and think it needs to motivate you. You know, it needs to motivate you because it shows you Guti none of what you do is actually in vain.
Is in vain.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also for those that make music and keep it in their houses, it does me no good to keep creating more fire flavors and be saying,
Phuzo
"Uhlanyiswa yile wena. Benza manje efrijini ndoda ntswembu. Mara ngwakhiphi. Iphuzwa yimi one. Come on, guys. I don't understand all of you guys. You call yourself a producer or an artist. You've got 100 songs on your computer. Come on.
Yeah, ufuna ukusiza that is like sifike la kule studio sakho and then sikama props. And that's the thing, right? Sikama props and you actually feel like you've done something. You know? Making a song, you're not done yet. Making a song, a lot of people have songs in studio. I've got hundreds, if not thousands, bro, of like songs that I've created. This year alone, right? They are of no good fit if they're chilling in there. So I'm looking for ways to like, hey, like me phume kanje, na like me phume kanje. Ayilanya ke sikhipha silahlelele ku YouTube ke. But you can't create and just chill with music. You can't.
With that being said, shout outs to Drum Pope. He's just been accepted for the world record for the most songs in a year, I think. He's creating, I think, 6 to 10 songs every day. He started about a month ago. I think now he's sitting on over 200 songs that he's done in about a month.
And he drops them.
His goal, he drops them on YouTube. Drum Pope, guys, go check him out. His goal is to drop 1,000 songs this year, and he's going for the world record. And you see, ideas like that, I'm like, that's dope.
It's crazy.
It might not be hits now, but it's created generational revenue for his kids.
Yeah.
Because you got to throw 1,000 songs out there.
That's crazy.
Some of them are about to hit. They might have to hit sometime, even in the next couple of years, somehow.
Yeah.
They have
Yeah.
to be remixed somehow, type of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's why I big up big homie like Black Coffee for buying a stake into Gallo. And, having to be a part of that iconic South African soundtrack music catalog. To own a piece of it is amazing.
It's insane.
That was a great move, bro.
It's insane.
Music is amazing, guys. Like, guys, don't think when you're not getting a lot of shows, music doesn't have money. Music's got a lot of money, bro.
True.
Music's got a lot of money, bro.
True.
You know?
True.
And before we end this interview, I don't want to end it without bringing in the sweet kid on the mic.
Yeah.
I'd like for you to introduce him for those who don't know him.
Yeah.
And I'd like for him maybe to, share about who he is.
Yeah, definitely.
Because that's the first thing you said when you came here. You're like,
Yeah.
yes, the light is on me, but I want to give the spotlight to this guy.
Sure. Most def.
I pick up to him, Mushai as a spray via.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
the ambassador for the boys.
Sure. That's nice, sure.
Sanbonan, Makotman.
Interviewer when as introduce a grant to the public.
So before Sfiga Ngai, I said to Ntwana because obvious he had to go to a studio session. So ngiyamfonela, I'm like, Ntwana, qima yonke into. Aisha, I'm taking you to DJ Spoo. You have to meet DJ Spoo. And unfortunately, he had to let people down. But I was like, Ntwana, this is more important. And unfortunately, you have to come through, because I try to take Ntwana in everywhere I go, because I obviously believe in his talent, yeah. Well, so obviously recently I started taking him to ama shows wami. Yeah, boy. I take him everywhere. When I was working with the American guys, I took him. With the Kenyan guys, I took him. So this is King Sweet Kid. I believe in this guy so much, but he must intro himself, young Tut. He must intro himself.
Yeah. No, man. Look, I'm here with South Africa's best rapper. My name is King Sweet Kid, all the way from Meratanda, Mzumbe 016. You know, man, it's such a pleasure getting to work with one of South Africa's best, you know, because this guy is so selfless, you know. I've never met anyone that puts other people first in their lives more than this guy, you know, and I'm so grateful. I met this guy, I think, like 6 years ago, if not like more than 10 years ago, you know. I slid into Hotman's DM and I'm like, pause, look, let's do this, let's work, you know. And he didn't take me serious at that time, you know. And then he dropped, I think, $5,000. Right? When he dropped $5,000, he inboxed me. He's like, yo, you're one of the first few people that I'm sending this to, because I was so invested in his talent, you know. I really believed that me and him could do something. I think I manifested this friendship for a long time.
Shout out.
You know, I manifested this for a long time, and I was like, you know what, this guy is dope, because the first time I met him was YFM. Full clip, and he doesn't even remember that, you know, from full clip to him dropping $5,000 to him allowing us to be in the studio together, because the first song we did together, I think, was in Melville or something like that.
Yeah.
And he's, ever since he discovered that I'm super dope, he's never left my side. You know, Khotman has always like tried his best to put me in spaces that maybe sometimes he shouldn't even put me in spaces. You know, like you're forced just so that people can, you know about the boy and know about the talent. And he's asking nothing in return. You know, all he's asking is for me to help the next person.
Put me on when I fall off.
I got you. You know, I think you said it. You were like, you know, you were helping Robot Boy, you know, and then
You're
now
never gonna fall off, by the way.
I'm never gonna fall
Mature
off.
like fine wine.
Shout out.
I liked what you said about the fact that Robot Boy, you know, you were helping him, and now he's helping you. You know, it's vice versa, and I'm so inspired by this man. You know, the countless times that I've seen him become a hero, you know, in my eyes, not for me, but for everyone else. And when I put my story inside, it becomes something humongous, you know. So shout out to Touch for always, you know, knowing how to maneuver and put me in the right spaces, because not anyone can do this, you know. No one did it for him, you know, and he's doing it for me, which is humongous, you know. He has no trait to go back to and say, okay, mina I'm a Khotman wa mongenzela kanje, you know, so this is why I'm doing this for you. But instead he's doing it from the bottom of his heart, you know. So
What makes you a dope musician?
what makes a dope musician?
What makes you a dope
Me.
musician? Yeah.
What makes me a dope musician would be my honesty, you know. When I go on records, you know, I really go on records to change lives.
Ngibambe kancane boy. Yeah.
You know, I really go on records to change lives, because I really believe that the talent that I have is very, very special, you know. And if I don't utilize it to touch the soul or touch the heart and change a perspective of someone that's listening, then I'm kind of not doing the right thing, you know. Because I switched from being like a rapper's rapper, like a 16 bar, you know, to being, you know, to writing music from the bottom of my heart, because I realized with ish, you know, if Touch can do a song like $5,000 and it can touch people's hearts and it can make them change. Like when I heard $5,000 for the first time, I was like, okay, cool, here's a rapper that's telling a South African story. Not an African story, not a story, but a South African story about Intwane ehlale back room, umamakhe uhola $5,000, and ngale $5,000 mela be iseskela, mela thenga grocery, mela yenze so many things, you know. And I was like, okay, cool, I need to find a pocket that I can try get into that makes sure that whatever I have to do when it comes to on the mic, I have to change lives or inspire. One of the two.
Yeah. Change life. Let's say.
One of the two, you know.
Sure. For laba bangawazi ngicela bakulalela.
Oh, you
mic in. Nah, mic. Sure.
You want me to rap?
Yeah.
Oh,
Whatever
damn.
you do, sing, rap, whatever. Sure. Sikhalelise.
Let me think of something.
Just ekhasi besibiza ukuthi ama showing shortly. Asibonisa ama showing shortly lapho.
Okay.
Ama
So
forthcoming attractions.
I have this new song called Out, you know, called Pelele. It's dropping on the 23rd, same day as Hot Property. So I can sing the chorus, right? Yeah. So it goes, and I know that I ain't perfect, it ain't my fault. Yeah. I pour all of my heart and watch it dissolve. Yeah. Nami ngifuna ukundiza empilweni yami. Now I wanna be free enhlizweni yami. I know that I ain't perfect, it ain't my fault. Yeah, I pour all of my heart and watch it dissolve. Nami ngifuna ukundiza empilweni yami. Now I wanna be free enhlizweni yami. Angoba ngeke ngiphelele. Mina ngeke ngiphelele. I won't be enough for you. Cause I ain't perfect. Yeah. So I have this new project that's coming out titled Nothing is Perfect, for all the people that really feel like they need to be perfect in life. You don't. You have to make mistakes, you have to flop, you have to, go through, you have to take your L's. My boy says legendary starts with taking an L. So you have to take your L's and realize that you being not perfect is actually the most perfect thing that could ever happen to you. So King Sweet Kid, 30th of June, Nothing is Perfect is dropping. Let's go.
Now, for you to make money, you take your L's.
Yeah.
And you put the letters EARN. You learn, and over time those L's drop, and the remaining letters make you the multi-millionaire that you become, right?
Thank you so much, Mahot, man. This is a moment for me. Forever gonna appreciate this. Forever gonna appreciate this, man. It was a pleasure meeting you. And yeah, man, this is definitely South Africa's next biggest topic.
And what is your social media?
King Sweet Kid everywhere. King Sweet Kid everywhere.
King Sweet Kid.
Yeah.
Danko.
Sugar King. Thank you so much, Mahot, man.
Guys, check him out. Before we go, I just want to say I love this man. I love his attitude. I love his humility. I love his consistency. But more than anything, I love Spumeka Ikasiliwan and the skills and the talent. I'm going to put you on the spot and ask you for 2 top 5s. Dead or alive, and top 5 strictly alive. Ngiyantira no ke nangenimbuza le question.
Yazi siyayibuka le podcast ne, but you never think it's going to happen to you.
And I was a mafeno hip hop streets indoda.
Oh man.
Let's start with dead or alive.
Dead or alive.
Yeah.
So wait. So is there going to be am I going to say a top 5 year alive pet?
So zonke top 5 yamachita amanye angasekho. Mara zonke top 5 strictly abantu alive kuphela.
Oh, okay. But this is dead or alive, so I can mix.
Yeah, the first one, sure. And in particular order.
Got it from 5 to 1 or 1 to 5?
Yeah, 5 to 1.
5 to 1. It's dope because 1 yamas, but I'm off 2 to 5. Okay. I see. This local and international. Or this local?
No, local.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, local.
Wayenza ukuthi ibe nzima kakhulu ke manje.
Yeah.
I'd say 5. Let me say Keenan at 5.
Okay.
Okay.
Rest in peace, Keenan.
Yeah.
That's 5.
Yeah. And I'm still building it, so I'm not sure we'll go 5 yet.
Yeah.
But I'm still building it.
Yeah.
I'll say Keenan at 5. Reason being, like, one of the greatest superstars we've ever had. The guy who plays the rap game to perfection.
Yeah.
And he was such a dope rapper, but beyond that, dope musician. So he's probably gonna move up the list. But it's in bigger da it's in base, yabo. Let me say
The Megas is gonna be at your case, but anyway.
They know he's top 5 though. He's top 5. That's the OG.
Sure.
Let me say Senzo at 4. Cuesta.
Okay, Senzo, Cuesta.
Yeah.
4.
Yeah.
It's crazy because guys, go check out the interview I had with Cuesta where he talks about AKA and where he puts him in his top 5.
Yeah.
So it's interesting that you put him
Yeah.
right next to Keenan. But anyway, yeah.
So Senzo at 4. Senzo came up as a rapper. Pretty much like the way I mean, his balance between English and vernac has always been very smooth. And Nami, I'm the same way. KO was the same way. Pro was the same way. The best rappers for me are the ones that are able to do that.
And I always feel you guys do it better than Americans. Because you guys actually do it in more than one language.
Yeah.
They're
Crazy.
doing it with just one language.
Crazy. We can go as far as 3.
Yeah.
KO goes to 3. Cuesta goes to 3.
Yeah, you guys even go to 4, 5.
I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, dog. So, siyahamba, yabo. That's Senzo at 4, nah? My OG, bro. I love that guy, and he mentions me so many times. I love that guy. Like, there's nothing I can say. Like, he's the guy. But his hit making ability, second to none. Yeah, well, so on top of being such a dope lyricist, if you listen to like his biggest songs, listen to the rhyme patterns like that he creates there. It's special. Number 3, let me say. Number 3, let me say.
By the
KO.
way, you're on his list, Senzo.
Yeah.
When he was here on the previous podcast,
Shout
you're on
out,
his list.
shout
now.
out,
Sure.
shout out.
Yeah.
Let me say 3 at KO. KO at 3.
KO.
Yeah.
KO, yeah. That's another one who's on all these lists.
Yeah.
KO, boy. Well done, bro. You're on all of these lists.
Yeah.
I guess
KO.
also consistency has got a lot to do with it, right?
Oh yeah, hell yeah, and also
Because Senzo's being consistent.
hell yeah.
Even
Keenan was consistent. And the ability to reinvent yourself. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So obviously we've seen the waves that KO has been on. Young Tola, he's went from the tear gas to the Kara Kara KO to the Super Duper KO to the Set the KO. That's incredible. And you can't say the levels were that different. They were like pretty much at the same level, like in terms of just impact, right? So
I think I know the last 2, but anyway, yeah. I think so. That's your list. I don't know. I'm just guessing.
I don't know number 2.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking about number 2. And again, now these are the people that have inspired me.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, people whose careers I'd like to replicate, whose careers I look at and think, damn, these guys are the guys, right? So I'm gonna put it's difficult, yo. I'm gonna put and again guys, this is my list, yeah. Online. Yeah, well, let me put Jabba at number 5.
Not we're on number 2 now.
Yeah, let me
You are switching it.
yeah, let me
Okay.
move let me put Jabba at number
Jabba
5.
number 5, and then you're bringing Keenan to
Keenan
number 2.
to number 4. Yeah,
Oh,
well,
Keenan to number. Oh, you're
Yeah.
rearranging the list.
Yeah.
Jabba 5,
Keenan
Keenan
4,
4,
Senzo 3,
Cuesta 3,
yeah. KO 2.
KO 2.
Yeah, KO number 2. The Jabba one is a little tricky because he's a pioneer, you know. So he's between 4 and 5 for me. But like out of all the people that have inspired me as an artist, I think I'd put him at number 5 because
Yeah.
I mean I didn't really catch the language as well, yeah, boy. Like Muthaland, I didn't catch it as well, so I didn't listen to him as much. But I'll put him at number 5. AKA 4, Cuesta 3, KO 2, and obviously PRO number 1.
Pro Kid number 1.
Yeah. Pro Kid number 1.
KO number 2.
Yes.
Cuesta number 3.
Yes.
Keenan,
At 4.
AKA at 4.
Yeah.
And then Double HP number 5.
Yeah.
Rest in
If
peace,
I
bro.
could tie KO and Cuesta at number 2, I would do that.
Okay.
Yeah, if I could. Yeah, boy.
Okay.
I would special mention Unyo Vest at 6. Yeah, boy. Like that's
No,
my
we said top 5.
that's my honorable mention.
No, that's top 5. That's just the top 5. You've got another chance. Don't
Oh,
worry.
okay,
Yeah.
okay, cool.
There's
cool,
another top 5 now of the guys strictly alive.
cool. Okay, Strictly Alive, ne?
Sure.
Oh, Strictly Alive, damn. Ish. So tough, man. Nasty C.
Nice.
I don't know if he's 5 yet, but like, I rate the boy very highly. Yeah, boy. I think he's talented.
It's too dope.
Yeah, he's
It's too
talented.
dope.
Yo. Young shaky sa lentwale, sa same tuan. I'm like, one lentwale, yo, hey. I was like, damn it, man. Am I ever gonna blow up? I remember feeling that way, bro. Yo, I was so depressed the first time I heard Nasty C. Yo, as a kid, I was like, oh, He's how old? Then he was like, you know. So definitely one of the guys that I really like. Nasty, ne? I can't. I'm not mentioning the same guys from that list. Nah, that's a different list.
That's a very good question. Yeah, it's a different list.
Oh, it's a different
At least I'm
list.
giving you more leeway. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay, cool.
But if you want to, you can.
Nah. Let me be inclusive. Nasty at 5. Let me say. So difficult. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, another guy just popped up. So I'm gonna say Kid X number 5, Nasty C number 4.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
well,
Okay.
Kid X at 5 because he didn't have as long a run, but for me he is top 3 most gifted rappers I've ever heard,
Okay.
and I mean in general, even internationally.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Kid X was special.
Nice.
Is special.
Is special.
Yeah.
He's still alive. Obviously,
yeah,
there's
you know,
still more room for growth.
Yeah. I just haven't heard what he's done recently.
Okay.
But definitely up there with one of the inventors, bro. Like he invented a lot of styles that we hear today. So for me, the only reason I put him at 5 is because he hasn't had that long of a run in terms of maybe like from a commercial perspective.
Okay.
But for me, he's one of my favorite rappers of all time, period. Yeah, well, that's X. Number 4, and I can't tie anybody, ne? I can't say, yeah, because between Nasty and Reese, it's very tight for me. Yeah, well, between Nasty and Reese, it's very tight. So I could say Reese 4, Nasty 3.
Okay.
Yeah, well,
Are you saying Riz 4?
Reese 4, Nasty 3.
Are you saying Nasty C is a better rapper than A-Riz?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
You're saying
I'm
A-Riz is at number 4, but Nasty is better at number 3.
No. I'm saying, Oguti, when I heard Nasty C the first time, I was inspired a lot by him. Yabo? And Umbambi off guard. So I remember that moment when I first heard him. It's very vivid. Yabo? It's very vivid, dog. Yabo? Yeah, it was crazy. So I'd say just based on that nostalgia, it's very it's give and take, touch and go now because of what's happening, you know, in terms of trajectory. And I wouldn't know who's moving the most, but I really like what Reese is on right now. Like Reese is moving, bro. Reese showed me what consistency can do. You know, I told him, you're one of the most consistent guys I've ever met, and that's why he's still gonna mess things up. Like, kulega, don't listen to the noise.
2 more spots.
Okay. Oh, snap. Damn, man. Sure, okay. It's difficult. Yeah.
I
Okay.
know. That's
Yeah.
why I asked this question.
It's difficult, man.
That's why it'll forever be a topic of debate everywhere.
Very difficult. We're at number 3 now. Now,
We've got 2 more now. You said Kid X, you said A-Riz, and then you said Nasty C at number 3.
Yes.
So now we've got number 2 and number 1. This is your top 5 GOAT list. GOAT, G-O-A-T, greatest of all time in South Africa.
Yeah, alive. This is alive.
Yeah, alive, yeah. And while you think about it, let me stress you a little bit that on that other top 5, I didn't hear Ricky Rick's name there. But anyway, let's continue.
Because njengoba ngine-stress so, then
Yeah.
ngifuna ufake uRicky, and then I remember it's alive. Yabo?
Angisho ngala umfakanga kodwa ngithi, but it's fine. Ngizama ukukustressa kancane.
Ah, no,
Let's continue.
ngistressile vele, because I thought about it now. I'm like, yo, Ricky. Because another thing about Ricky is that people, what they didn't give him credit for is how good of a rapper he actually was. He was like such a good rapper,
Yeah.
dog. Like his tone.
And music maker, hit
Oh my
maker,
God, bro.
and different styles of music.
Oh my God.
And it was like AKA in terms of making commercially viable music.
Yeah.
He would make those radio songs, he could make those sing-alongs,
Fit.
and he could go hardcore, you know.
Yabo? Because ngisho ngakhipha uJabba da, yabo, for Ricky.
Ujabba ngakaphumi
yabo.
top 5. Yo.
Angisikhuluma nge-inspiration nakhona. So we at number
Sele
2,
yeah.
2 and 1, yeah.
Sure. The number one, obviously. So Sele one. Okay. Let me release you a little bit, yeah. Except for you.
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
It would have been better because then I would have just added 1 and 2. Done. Yeah, well,
Sure.
but now I need to think about the other
Oh
one.
no, it's fine. Yeah, let me put you in. I'm going to when you had one. Obviously.
No. I would not put myself at
You
1.
put yourself at number 2.
No, I put myself at. Let me prove at some point where you gonna put me on your list.
Okay, I
So
get
keep me that.
Oh,
Yabo?
okay.
Angikho da.
Okay.
Yabo? So ngithe Kid X number 5.
Yeah.
Ngathi Reese number 4.
Yeah.
Ngathi Nasty number 3.
Yeah.
Why ngakwazi ubacabanga labantu bro?
Ungamtsheli ndoda uyokumela sicabangele because ifeeling yakhe. Wena ifeeling yakho lo isho. Ungamtsheli next ndoda akunakopa la. Akusikuse Tembisa high school.
Ngicabangisile boy. Yeah. Cuz he wasn't popping up, but yeah. Yeah, definitely. Okay. Alive, ne? I'm gonna run it back again.
Kid X,
Reese,
Nasty.
Yeah. Kid X, Reese, Nasty. MT Casper in your vest.
Casper Nyovest is the greatest South African rapper of all time. MT
I'm gonna show
is
in
the
the
second
in the alive list.
alive. So MT is the second greatest South African rapper of all time. Casper Nyovest is the greatest South African rapper of all time. Nasty C is the third greatest rapper of all time. Reese is the fourth greatest rapper of all time in South Africa. And then number 5, Kid X is the 5th greatest rapper of all time in South Africa, according to Touchline.
Yeah, not in my dead or alive list.
Okay.
In my other list of the guys that are alive.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I
So
get
now I've gotten all 5 of them in
Yeah.
one pool, right?
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna in real order.
Oh,
right?
so now you're putting them in particular
Yeah.
order. Okay.
In what I would say my order is. There's no career better than your Vest's career, for me. Untouchable, very great, perfect example of how you'd want to be as an artist in this country, a rap artist. One of the biggest rap artists that we've ever had, most impactful. Also such a pioneer. He changed the game. You get what I'm saying? I would say Your Vest is the guy that changed the game.
Okay.
So I'll definitely put him at number 1. At number 2, I will put Nasty C. At number 3, I will put MT. At number 4, I'd put Reese, who's one of my favorite rappers, currently especially. And then at number 5, I would put Kid X.
So you're saying Reese is you're saying MT is a better rapper than Reese?
No, it's not. It's
Is
not.
a greater rapper than Reese?
No, it's not. It's not about rap. He is a rapper, right? MT
Yeah.
is a rapper, and for me, just what he's managed to do musically, for me, has resonated a lot more with me.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? Yeah.
Okay, no, I get you.
it's resonated a lot more with me.
Nice.
Even Casper's songs have resonated with me.
Yeah.
You feel me?
I didn't. Okay.
Then
go ahead.
his career, is the one that's like 10-0 to most guys in the game. Yeah,
Yeah.
well, because he's played it so perfectly, like so well. Yeah, well, Fetu, I can't even think of Abantu right now. Like
I'll give you Abantu Stogity.
Yeah, it's
I didn't hear him on the top fives.
it's just a matter of inspiration.
Proverb, I didn't hear him on the top fives.
That's tricky because like he's one of the people that inspired me. Yeah, what?
Flavor, I didn't hear him on any of the top fives.
Okay, Flower was dope. Flower was dope. I can't say he inspired me as much as most of the other guys.
Rest in peace to Flavor.
Yeah. I didn't know enough about him.
Okay.
Because he never really went solo like that.
He did.
But not
He
was-
didn't live long to be able
to be, you know,
Yeah, I get
Flaba, the solo act. You feel me?
Okay, Malum Cool Cat, I didn't hear his name.
Cool Cat was also so Cool Cat and Kulichana are people that are there in my list. Mara.
But they are not there.
They're
not
there in my list.
Mara, they're not there.
They are there in my list. Because if you had given me a top 10, it would have been so better.
Hey, this thing outside, Anna.
Because also how tricky it is now. If you had given me a top 10,
Yeah.
other people that are in the top 5 now could have even moved even lower. That's how tricky it is to other guys that are not in the list. Yeah, but what's it
Tricky, did it? Nokuzuza states ukuthi singelana kanjani nasikhuluma ngama
Hey,
top 5
Fitz, like it's so tricky, man.
sikhuluma ngabo Big, ngabo Park, sikhuluma ngabo Jay, ngabo Jada Kiss,
Yeah.
sikhuluma ngabo yo ndoda.
Yeah.
But then again, it's also another issue of eras, right?
Yes.
Yeah, there was guys who were in the earlier era, Stogie, for instance,
Yeah.
Proverb,
Yeah.
Flabber, Double HP, PRO.
Yeah.
You know, they were earlier.
Yeah.
And then
And
there was
and-
that era,
and-
Yabo Quest again, Nabo KO, Nabo KO,
Yeah.
yes, Nabo AKA,
Yeah.
Nabo Nyovest.
Yeah.
And then there's this era Yaman, Yabo Reese, Abo Nina, Abo, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
also there are eras. And
Yeah.
sometimes it's tricky to put in or to compare a great of another era to. But anyway, yeah.
It's very-
I
it's
guess that's
very
why they call it
difficult.
of all time.
Yeah. You know, and obviously, I'm sure mang fige endlini later vandag and was like, yo, hi, oh Lord, whatever. Because I didn't prepare the list, but I'm happy with it. You know, I'm happy with it. Mina ngisihlelele khona enilamba as touchline. You know, yeah. I feel like
Uzambele touchline.
yeah, no, I'm that side.
Sure.
I'm that side. I do believe Guti, I'm probably one of the most honest rappers that anybody's gonna find. And from a skill perspective, I have sharpened it so well. And music making, and I feel like it's all about what the journey holds for me now, to see how far I can go on the general public's list, you know, in terms of people that have inspired them. Because manje la ngikhuluma nge-inspiration, mina ngisakhuluma nge-ability. Ngikhuluma nge-inspiration, mangikhuluma ngale list le. People that have that I looked at and thought I would like to be like this guy. You know what I'm saying? Those are the guys, you know. But there's so many other guys also like your Land Rose, who just hasn't had the commercial appearance yet. You get me? People don't know him that much commercially yet, but he's one of the guys that's building his fan base. And I say watch him in 3 years' time.
I watched the States and Paraba to Logic build his fan base from many years ago. And it's been a beautiful sight to watch from a distance as to how even is it Dex, or I forgot the guy's name.
Dex, yeah.
Dex,
I
right?
see him, yeah.
Guys can build a flippin' dope, amazing career without having to be commercial, what they would call commercial success.
Yeah.
But they can have a successful career wherever they go. They're selling out.
Yeah.
People are singing their songs and they've got a great dope career.
And that's what it is. That's states khona manje, yabo. Like states kunjalo ke, like just in your own state, like your own province, you can sell out, and you can sell out guy 3 or guy 4. You show ya who you want, you know, because people become so big in their own state, because states are also that big, you know, they've got so many people. So that's crazy. So over here it's a little different, you know, but the fact that the likes of me, the likes of Reese, the likes of MT, even Nasty, I think, you know, people that have like their own following, like we following or the fact that we as South Africa have those kind of artists now.
And by the way, Big Zulu ngimzwanga in any of these lists. What happened to Big Zulu?
Angisho inspiration. Yabo.
Mara ngimzwanga emalistini.
Yeah, because
Wamvalela ngaphandle kubena
no, that is
Why umvalela ngaphandle?
Yo, uzongilwisa ne-Red manje.
Ukwazi.
Uzongigapha ebholweni ke manje. Yo.
Yona mfana touchline akuze la ukubambe ngeyodwa nje.
Wow, ngangibalanga la.
Kule top 5 list yabantu abahlanu. Shout out to Pixel. I'm looking
Yeah, but
forward
shout out to
to
for mentioning him because I also thought about him, you know.
Yeah.
It's touch and go, bitch. I do think that he's the biggest hip hop act in the country right now. Yeah, definitely.
No, I
Without a
think he
doubt,
is.
I think, yo, to do Big Zulu's numbers, yo,
Big Zulu is
you
killing
must
it
also
right
go
now.
to like,
It's killing
yeah,
it.
you must make a plan because Big Zulu is like
You need to
beyond
be-
hip hop.
You need to be cloud chasing.
Yeah, you
to
must
get
make a
Big
plan,
Zulu's
bro.
numbers, you must get
Yeah.
notes to help
Yeah.
you.
Big Zulu has probably the biggest cult following.
Are you serious?
Yeah, because he's got the Maskandi people, and the Nkabi Nation. Nkabi Nation is huge, dog. It's just kuti. It's not there in the conversations on Twitter. Kuti sokuluma wada.
Yeah.
But when he drops, the numbers speak for themselves. So shout out to Big Zulu. I think what he came and did in the game is also pretty amazing, Fitch. And being so ethnic, yeah, boy. To just stay so true to himself, like yo, Fitch, it's inspirational, dog. He made this. He never changed a single thing.
Yeah.
Became Big Zulu from being Big Zulu that he used to be. Just sharpened a few things, maybe in terms of the kind of music and you know, I see he's rapping less now. Usha vele the Maskandi way mostly, and like they said, that collaboration with Jabba is unfair.
What do you mean unfair?
It's unfair. Like, no, who's gonna compete with that?
Oh, you mean it's unfair to the rest of the game?
Yeah, no, of course.
Yeah,
like,
because Nasibai too.
yeah, no, of course. Like,
Yeah.
if Jabba was a rapper, he'd probably, if I could balance.
He's a rapper. Jabba is dope, bro.
So stress more.
Jabba is dope as a rapper and as a vocalist.
I know, but manje mina angimbali like. Here's the thing, nah?
Yeah.
I don't balance Jabba as a rapper.
Yeah.
But for me, probably greatest artist, South African artist
Yeah, I'd agree.
of all time. For me, it's Jabba.
I'd agree, yeah.
Yeah.
Somewhat I'd agree.
So angimbeki kule list, yabo. It's Jabba, Sola, Mafiki Zolo,
TKZ,
TKZ, Mandoza.
Danko.
Yeah. Even Puga Love when he was one man.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, but for me, just in terms of talent, it's Java and Fitu. I don't see anybody touching him.
It's been beautiful, man, to hang out. And before Sivala, ngicela uringe neintwana. Ngicela ubabheke uringe nabo. Khuthazment, boy.
Yeah.
Khuthazment, they're going through the most, you know? They're seeing all these visuals of people who are successful online, and it's just a matter of like, when is it going to happen for me? Some of them are giving up along the waistline. Some of them are getting depressed.
Yeah.
Some of them are committing suicide.
Yeah.
And that's why I love this interview, because you and Questa share something so common that you guys, and I asked him about this, Questa, and I was there to watch him push for over a decade, bro. No commercial success for a decade, bro. But you had up until it started happening then. And then for him to become the Questa that he is. I asked him about that question. Was he ever tempted to give up? And go listen to what he says on that interview. And I'm glad that somebody like you also, who hasn't had that commercial success, but who's killing it in this space here. I'm glad that, you know, we came to sort of sit and chat, because they can relate with you guys more. Would Nababa understand? If you can say for it doesn't mean it won't happen, but I'd like for you to speak to them.
Yeah, I think we're living in a very dangerous era, yabo. Damn, am I looking at the camera? Am I looking at the camera?
Yeah.
Now pege yona.
Yeah, sure.
We're living in a very dangerous era. Yeah, yes. Make sure.
So that you could speak as a one.
Yeah, shout out to the boy. Shout out to the boy.
Sure.
Very dangerous era. We are all trying to get it as quickly as possible, because we see people that go online and on their first video they become an overnight success. So you question the 10 years that you've put into building something, and you feel like it's not worthwhile, and you feel like you're not going to become the person that you have promised your family you are going to become. The person that you promised yourself at 5 years old that you're going to become. Everything has its own time, and you have to kumele usipane ngepace yakho hayi yomunye umuntu. Yeke ukubheka ku left, yeke ukubheka ku right. I've learned to do that in my career, and I've learned to use social media as a tool and not ukuthi social media use mina as a tool. Yabo? Watch what you consume online. Watch who you listen to, because some people have 3 followers and they just created the account yesterday and they'll say something so negative about you, and they were depressed and but he was just doing it because he wanted to get 100 impressions, and he got 100 impressions, and the worst impression that he got was from you, because he killed you. Yeah, boy. So don't allow that to happen. Everything at your own pace, everything authentic. Clout is killing the youth. Definitely. Watch the things that you do for clout. And yeah, be authentic. Remember, Gucci, beyond the life that you're trying to portray online, there's a reality that kicks in right after you jump into bed, and before you, like between that moment where you jump into bed and you fall asleep, there's a reality that clocks in there. That is your true life. That's exactly what's happening in your life. So whether you wake up in the morning and you post to Gucci, you're happy, that reality ends for those 10 to 15 minutes before you fall asleep. That is the real you. And if you don't fix that, and if you're not happy with that and you don't fix it, you're going to fall into a depression, and you're going to want to commit suicide, and you feel like the whole world is watching because you've got thousands of followers, correct? But nobody's really watching you. Nobody cares. Everybody cares about their own life. So focus on your own life, focus on your own family, take care of the people that take care of you, love them, be the most authentic person in their lives. And then uzoba grand, yabo. Yeah, I feel like ngikhuluma kakhulu, yo, yes. But like ngiyabonga Khulman for the platform. If there's anything that I would want to say, it's that, like, just watch what you consume online. Just really watch what you consume online, because that's how we're losing so many people, I feel like even some of our biggest celebrities that we lost to suicide, it was a lot of like commentary, and even if they don't remember picking it up, but subconsciously the things people say stick with us, and if it's reinforced, it can really be a problem. So take care of yourself, take care of your mental health, make sure Gucci when you grand before you go and be a hero for everybody else. Take care of yourself so you can be that person for people.
And then lastly, before you know it, you'll be my age. You'll be 44 years old. You'll be 50 years old.
Yeah.
When you're 50, we want to bring you this video. What would you like to say to that Grootman? You're speaking to yourself now as a 50-year-old.
Yeah.
Ngada. What would you like to say to that Grootman?
Well done, bro. Well done for being so patient in your rap career. Well done for not falling off. Well done for creating so many other platforms for other young people to come through and become something. Well done for being an inspiration. Well done for having such a beautiful wife, because god damn. Well done for being such a great father, a great son, a great brother. Well done for taking South African music to the next level. Well done for being authentic, and well done for doing things that have never been done before. Yeah. Well done for being a pioneer. Sibo!
Dango! I'm proud of you, bro.
I'm proud of you,
I'm
bro.
proud of you.
Yeah, well,
I'm proud of you, Donas. Proud of you, boy.
The first time, I have to say this.
Yeah.
So, I used to be at a record label, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to mention names, nah.
Okay.
I used to be at a record label. I used to stay there, and a lot of my development happened there. So I'm grateful to the people there, right?
No, give them props, man.
Yeah,
Name them,
I mean, it's Ghetto Rough. You were also there.
It's called Muthaland now.
Yeah. Grateful for my development at the time.
I'm also grateful for Muthaland.
Yeah.
They're highly responsible for me being the man that I am today.
Yeah.
But back in the day, they were called Ghetto Rough.
Yeah, most def. Obviously a genius at work. You know what it is.
Yeah.
So obviously times are tough for me. So what I used to do was I used to sell cigarettes. I used to sell amakeke. I used to sell more fire.
Serious?
Yeah.
Unamanga, Joe.
Yeah, serious. So I used to do that. And I used to buy like maybe 24 yale, and I used to sell it to my colleagues. So the people that were working at the office, I would sell them cigarettes. Cigarettes, cigarettes, I'm a keke, I'm a sweet, and more fire. So I'd go to Joburg, store kada, having a taxi vele, stocking more fire vele, maybe 24 or even 48. Yeah, mang mekren, bang 48. Yeah, what? And
boy.
I remember this other day you walked in, and I was upstairs. I'm like, oh, smooth. And then I remember, bro, Mofire was out. Like, I had sold all of it. In my head, the moment would have been so dope to come and try and sell you Mofire. And you know, and I think that day I might have just recruited you because from upstairs. Yo, salute. At that time, I don't think you know who the hell I am. I'm just a kid, skinny as hell, just pushing a poopo. And I remember my biggest regret is not having Mofire on that day to sell to this homie, because that would have been such an inspirational story. Because if I look at like where I am now, and the fact that I used to sell like a cigarette to get by and send imali endlini while I was at a record label, also says a lot about my character. And it says to people, Guti, if you think Guti zongwisa, yeah, you call it, because when Paisi Mofire.
Yo, T-Boss, I didn't know this, Joe. Wow, I'm telling the story.
Ngiyazikhohlwa. Ngikhunjuzwa manje mangibhekile so ukuthi hayi no. And mangibheka mangibheka ukuthi yo unama director manje akasekho hands on. I'm just gonna promote it on my platform. That's it. But you guys, please tell me what the accounts and what the revenue is. What's it saying there at the end of the year?
Yo,
that's crazy, man.
Bro.
For something that you used to catch so much negativity for.
Yes, Joe.
To be able to push this thing for so many years.
Joe.
I'm sure it's been over a decade now, nah?
Yeah, it's 10 years now.
10 years.
10 years.
10 years of hate. People were hating on Intobai Puzai.
Joe.
All right.
Yo.
Same thing as music. Go online, say it's trash. But at the end of the day, it's like mama, baba.
Yo,
so,
boy.
Bro, you're an inspiration.
Tembisa utami, and I hope ukuthi amachita emlazi kosishekho wamaqhaki esprit ethokoze kagiso Louis Trichat etsanin. I hope they are inspired, Joe. We are just ordinary kasi kids, bro. We had nothing, bro. Skule kasi singana fuck all, Joe. And we made something out of our lives. And I can only just appreciate you, congratulate you, be proud of you, and still insist that for me the moment still hasn't happened. And I'm glad that you're looking at it that way as well. As I always say, that nobody ever arrives. We have to keep pushing. No matter what level you think you are at, you haven't arrived. There's still a lot of work to be done. And I can see that you're as hungry like you are still a new artist, bro. You're dropping on Friday. You're dropping 2 weeks later. You dropped 20 songs last year. Just that attitude says a lot about you. And did some good social responsibility initiatives. You showed up. You've never asked us for a single cent, Joe. You've been there for the kids, bro. Kids abase kaslako, bro.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget that. Boy, I'm proud of you. And congratulations.
Thank you for always inspiring us, Peter. I think when we say Tembisa, we say DJ Spoo. That's nobody's gonna lie to you about that. Like when we think Tembisa, we think DJ Spoo. I dropped a song recently with AB Crazy, and I say, "It's Tembisa, I'm close to being Spoo now." Because I'm looking at like the kids and how much their eyes glisten when they see me,
Yeah.
And I'm like,
bro,
that's me when I met DJ Spoo, Ekaslam, Young Todd. So when I see the kids and they look at us that way, I'm like, yo, irresponsibility is like it's way beyond what we think it is, And I appreciate you taking the moment to bring a sweet kid in. That's for me. I'll never thank you enough for that. That's so important.
He's up next. Basho Kanjali came in. Up next.
Yeah,
You're up next, bro.
30 June, Nothing is Perfect is dropping. Please listen to that. It's the most honest music you're ever gonna hear. It's beautiful, and yeah. He says he's grateful for me, but I'm grateful for him because also Nami, when I go through my things, this is how I feel. So he's a friend more than he is a colleague. You get me? So thank you for shining the spotlight on him. People getting to see his face because it's got to be a face that they're gonna remember. You know? Yeah. So.
And I like what these videos live on, where when he's bigger, he's gonna come back and be like, "Yo, there's that video, and I was still coming out."
Yeah, bro. You know, like you said, nobody ever like gave me a platform and said, "Ntwana ngiyakukhosa zokala nima zokala sema showini or zokala tingenzela so," you know. So it took me long to see Uti Nami. I have the opportunity, you know. I had never felt like I can't do it, and then I was like, I tried it, and I see Uti now. I feel like I can help so many artists, bro. You know, long is build an American, but I can, instead of trying to latch on to the big artists, I can also go and work with guys that are coming up.
Use your light to shine on,
Yeah,
shine
you
it
know,
on others.
because we always look for the big guys and say this guy's gonna make me better, but these guys are the ones that make you better, dog. These are the guys that they're gonna tell you the honest truth. You feel me? So shout out, thank you so much for giving Untwana the platform, you know, for allowing him, because I wouldn't even have thought of it, you know. I appreciate it so much, and I appreciate you inviting me when you could have invited anybody else, you know.
Thank you for your humility, your attitude, for being that kid was a Tembisa, and that's what we know. Bambisi oledi cross anakasindwa phume emateksini da. Oledi nalikuthumu thumeke. Ukusukuma ebhasini umuntu omdala nakangena da no ngaploma umuntu omdala. That type of attitude, you know. Yokuba ntwana seTembisa, and I appreciate that. I know not all of us or not many young people have that attitude nowadays, but it's great to see it live, and that's the type of attitude you've always given me, and that's how you are even when I watch your social media, you know, and just continue being the way you are and keep growing, bro. I can't wait to see you rise and rise and rise and rise all the way to the top where you belong.
It's gonna happen.
Ladies and gents, Tibos, TOUCHLINE.
Thank you.
And before you shut down the video, zoom it on this for like 10-20 seconds. As you fade it out, they must see what is written here. The merch. Is the merch out?
It's out.
The merch is
Online,
out
yeah,
online, on your social media, right?
They'll find it on my social media.
Nice one. TOUCHLINE social media, the merch is out.